Good morning. I'm Armstrong. You know, we are most appreciative that you join us for our video blogs, and we try to stay on the cutting edge of issues that you care about, or issues that we certainly should talk more about. Which brings me to our subject this morning: our students, the classroom, and a war zone. As you and I move about during our day, uh, trying to make ends meet, taking care of our financial, personal, and moral obligations. There are many of us who are parents who send our kids off to school every day. They're picked up, they're dropped off at the bus stop, or they may take the subway depending on where they live. And what you don't realize is what happens once those kids are out of your jurisdiction from, let's say, 7 a.m. in the morning until they are returned around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I want to tell you what is going on high schools, playgrounds, and in the classroom is almost frightening. Suggestive sexual language are being hurled at young girls. Young girls are being harassed. Kids come to school with knives and weapons. There are kids who are there just for disruption, don't want to learn, have no interest in learning. Teachers, counselors feel as though they're in the war zone, working with the enemy, and the enemy is your child. These children are intimidating. These children are vicious. They make threats, and they form gangs. And they make the lives of these teachers and administrators very miserable, to the point where it appears as though the kids are winning and the school system is losing. There are always the exceptions. Parents who instilled in their kids a healthy respect for learning, a healthy respect for discipline, and a healthy respect for understanding that you don't disrupt your fellow students in the classroom unless you interrupt them to make a point that elevate them to a higher place of learning. My point is that there will always be kids that parents have nurtured very well who will always go to classroom. No matter what the violence may be, no matter what disruptions they are, these kids would always learn. They're gifted, they're bright, they're secure, they come from a two-parent household, and their parents give them supreme confidence. So it doesn't matter what these other thugs or would-be interrupters would try to do to distract them in the classroom, they will still learn. But let me tell you, my friends, they are the exception and not the rule. Parents, communities, churches need to take a closer look and at the fact that our classrooms have become war zones. And add that to the fact that many of these kids going to school today, because they're so disruptive and they're so threatened by outside forces, must enter through metal detectors just to get to the classroom, just to get on the playground. Imagine what that does to the mentality of a child, having to go through metal detectors. When you watch metal detectors in movies, when you watch them on real live news on TV, and what kind of message this sends. My message today is that you need to reclaim your child. We need to take back the classroom. We need to get rid of this bad element out of the classroom and off the playground so kids can learn, so we can do something about the educational gap in education. I'm Armstrong William, and it's something that I'm strongly suggesting that not only you think about, but you start doing something about. What is your child doing when they leave your home in the morning to go to the classroom, to go to the playground, to go to their learning centers? When you figure that out, let us talk again.